Hello, everyone. Have you ever wondered if someone's being shady, maybe lying to you, or if the person in front of you is being fake or genuinely friendly? Stuff like that. If you really want to know, this video is for you. And let me say up front, the methods I'm sharing are 100% scientific, not fortune-telling or some mystic nonsense. So rest assured, it's all backed by science. Let's dive in. Here's part one. I'll show you how to tell if someone's deceiving you. I'm using deceiving instead of lying. What's the difference? In life, I believe many of us lie often, but those lies don't hurt anyone. I don't think we need to get upset or harshly judge such lies. For example, you pop into a cafe just to chill, and you run into an old friend who asks, "Hey, where you headed?" You're not going to say, "Oh, I'm bored, just hanging out." That's awkward. So you say, "I had some business nearby, so I stopped in." That's a harmless fib, not hurting anyone. I say let those slide, depending on your perspective. You can judge or not, but I'm not covering those cases. I'm teaching you how to spot deception when it causes harm and offer a reasonable way to handle it if you're unlucky enough to face it. How do we know if someone's deceiving us? I'll skip obvious methods or ones taught everywhere, like stammering, blushing, or fidgeting. Too easy, I won't repeat those. Or techniques like blinking rapidly or staring intensely, which you can find online. Here, I'll share a scientific method popularized by Mark Bolton, a former FBI agent with tons of experience dealing with criminals and witnesses. He says when you're talking and recalling an event, human instinct is to glance slightly toward the direction of your non-dominant hand. Let me break it down. If you're right-handed in telling a story, glancing a bit toward your left hand, your non-dominant side, likely means you're telling the truth. That's because glancing toward your non-dominant side is a biological sign of recalling a memory. Conversely, if your eyes shift slightly toward your dominant hand, your brain is imagining something, which often means you're making it up, lying. Now, if you catch someone deceiving you, what's next? I know some of you might lean toward, "If you lie, I'll call you out," or even, "I'll give you a piece of my mind." But hold on, stay calm. Here's the thing. I've researched and thought hard about these lessons. I don't want them to make people suspicious, judgmental, or distrustful, always thinking the worst. That's not my goal. This next part is crucial. Okay, you've spotted deception, and maybe they even admit it. But understand this. Sometimes when someone deceives you, the bigger fault lies with you. When someone lies, it's often just the surface issue. The root cause might be you. So when you catch someone being shady, sit down with them and genuinely figure out why. Is it them or you? This is super important. Let's use an example. Say John and Joe are dating. One fine day, John catches Joe cheating with someone else. Deception, red-handed. They go home and talk. John says, "Joe, I love you so much. Why did you betray me?" Joe responds with a classic line. "You're not the same anymore. You've changed lately." John thinks, "What the heck? I'm the same. Where's the change?" But he keeps that to himself and says to Joe, "Okay, tell me what's different so I can fix it." Now John keeps observing. Joe is right-handed. If Joe answers and glances slightly left, toward her non-dominant hand, she's likely telling the truth. That means yes, Joe cheated, but something John did caused her dissatisfaction. John needs to listen, reflect, and fix himself to save the relationship, because the bigger fault might stem from him. But if Joe, right-handed, glances right while explaining toward her dominant hand, she's likely making it up, continuing to deceive. She lied before, and now she's lying again. That's script writing, folks. I'm saying, if you catch deception, stay objective and reasonable. Sit down, talk, and find the cause. Don't rush to apply this lesson half-baked, thinking you're a pro or you'll mess up. And heads up, some sneaky folks watching this might think, "I know your trick to catch me. I'll train to lie while glancing left." Let me tell you, those who try this can't hide it. It's a biological brain mechanism. You might practice, but you'll slip up, and it's hilarious. When they lie, they deliberately glance left, trying to fake it. But that effort is obvious. Their eyes have a prepared look. A truthful person's glance is natural, effortless, no oddity. You can fake emotions or play roles, but you can't change your biology. Sometimes faking a left glance is more obvious than just being yourself. Honestly, the best advice, don't lie or deceive. Trying to master lying while glancing left? You'll lose. Here's a funny story going viral on social media. A guy in the US, I think, was interviewing for a high-paying job. During the hobbies section, they asked what he liked. He thought, this is just a fun question, they won't check. So he said, I have 15 years of piano experience. Total exaggeration. He got hired and was told, tomorrow at your company introduction, play a piano piece in the office for the board. Busted. How did he cope? He sat in a cafe, Googling, how to break your finger without pain. That's the price of lying. Now let's move to the next part. How to tell what someone's thinking, specifically spotting if the person across from you is being fake, overly polite, or genuine. Are they all smiles and friendly up front but thinking the opposite behind your back? Sometimes we need to know this. This part is sensitive, so watch carefully. Don't half understand and start suspecting everyone of fakeness. That's a no-go. Pay close attention. How do we spot fakeness or excessive politeness? Look at their smile. How can you tell if a smile is real or staged? Here's the secret. If someone smiles and only their cheek and facial muscles move, while the muscles around their eyes stay still, it's likely a fake smile. They're forcing it with no real emotion. A genuine smile from the heart involves two main muscles, the zygomatic muscle around your cheeks lifting them, and the orbicularis oculi around your eyes. I won't dive into medical details, just the basics. A heartfelt smile uses both. A fake one mainly uses the cheek muscle, with little or no eye movement. That's the principle. Try it. Smile without feeling, look in a mirror. Your eye muscles barely move, just a polite heh heh. Now smile with real emotion. Even if practiced, you'll see crow's feet or wrinkles around your eyes, especially if you're super happy. That's a real smile. Just from a smile, you can tell if someone's forcing it or genuinely joyful. Now, if they're forcing a smile, is that good or bad? How do we distinguish a polite smile from a fake one? Polite smiles happen occasionally to keep the vibe friendly. In a conversation, someone might fake smile a few times to keep things going. That's fine. But if they smile constantly for no reason, like you're sharing a normal life story and they're grinning nonstop with no eye movement, that's likely fake. Watch out. If you tell a joke you're excited about, but I, the listener, find it lame, I might fake a smile to be polite. That's okay once or twice for courtesy. But if someone laughs at everything, ha ha ha, so cool, wow, awesome, with no eye movement, they're probably acting truly fake. I've noticed this a lot in life. The happiest thing is meeting someone who smiles often but genuinely from the heart. Treasure those optimistic, loving, kindred spirits. Final note for this part. If someone's smiling politely, maybe you're a bit boring, forcing them to fake it. Like telling a bad joke they have to smile through. Maybe you're the dull one. Let's move to part 3, tied to the vibe. Here we go. How to know if someone's bored to death talking to you. The conversation's dragging. They're enduring you, meaning you're super dull, but they're too polite to say it. How do you know? This might bum some out, but I'll offer solutions if you fall into this trap of boring others to death. Don't feel too bad. Keep going. First sign, when talking, they rarely look you in the eye. They glance sideways elsewhere or down at the table. Second sign, they fiddle with something. Any object in reach. These mean your conversation is boring them, and they want out ASAP but are too polite to leave. Example, you meet an employee at a cafe to discuss strategy or give instructions. They say, yes, yes, I'm listening, but barely look at you, glancing around, and crucially, they toy with a bottle cap or straw on the table. If they're fiddling with anything in front of them, you're a boring blob in their eyes. Don't get mad. It's your fault. I'm teaching this not so you lash out. Why are you bored when I'm talking? They're bored because you're genuinely dull. It's a biological reaction. If you weren't boring, they wouldn't be. Got it? So how do we fix this? One solution's worth 100 complaints. 2 fixes. First, if the conversation has important info, say it directly, get it all out once, and end it quickly. That's the best way to avoid boring them further. Remember, end it fast to save face and spare them. Second, learn to communicate better. Make your talk engaging, less bland. Add some spice to your conversations. You can't stay dull forever, making people doze off. Change it up. That's it for this part. Easy. It's a bit sad to realize, but oh well. You've gone through 3 basic, science-backed techniques to read what others are thinking. My final message: even if you learn these, the root of negative situations might involve you. This lesson aims to make you more empathetic, not paranoid or extreme. Know the truth, arm yourself with techniques to find it, but also recognize your faults in others. That makes life better. You're not always right. Don't think that way. Time's limited, so I covered 3 scenarios and techniques. If you're intrigued, comment and let me know. If this video gets, say, 15,000 likes, I'll think, wow, you love this topic, and make a part 2. I've got plenty more techniques for reading people, so if you're into it, give me a signal and I'll do a sequel. Thanks a lot. Goodbye and see you in the next video.